Things seem to work. Do they actually work? They do. Excellent. Hey everyone, welcome to Rules Fun. I am Chris. I'm usually the game master here, but right now I'm playing Grim Dawn, as I am every Friday so far. My apologies for a long break at the start. For some weird reason, I'm always checking my stream and how everything is doing on my phone while streaming, because I don't have multiple screens. But that comes with the weird side effect that the moment I start my stream, my phone's internet always just dies. It's just gone. And it's not even on the same internet network. So that's weird, but alright, fine. Anyway. Where were we again? Oh yeah. We're about to... Ooh, this is gonna be good. Right, so we're about to go and do some pretty awesome things. We're going to the tomb of the Arkhan to get the legendary hammer that we are after. We also have a quest from the cult that we've joined that say like, hey, go there and reclaim the ashes that necromancers want to take from us instead. So you know, sure, whatever, we're going to be there anyway. Might as well do that and get paid for it. But we all know what our real goals are. How am I with ropers? After that, we're going to Fort Arkhan to meet one of the most awesome characters, or in my opinion, as far as I've seen, the most awesome character in the game. And then to East Marsh, because we need to find the entrance to the Temple of the Three. And it's right here. And it gives us stuff, which is good, because we want stuff. It is also one of the locations where I have died most. And that was mostly because my poison and acid resistance was too low. Oh, yay! Yay! Good that here. I died in the Temple of the Three because my poison and acid resistance is too low, and well, it's 9% out of a maximum 80. See, I'm also doing really bad. My resistances are so spread. I'm doing really bad on vitality, ether, and poison and acid resist. And then I'm just doing amazing on piercing, chaos, and most of the elemental ones. Anyway, how does this character work again? I need a bit of time getting used to this again, because I play quite some other characters or even other games in between sessions, but I don't want to play this character off stream. Because that's just, you know, why am I streaming then? So you will get the entire experience, all of it, including grindy bits. Good luck with that. Oh great, another good shield. Oh awesome. So yeah. Yeah, it is Stonehenge with that roof. Actually, I just broke a wall and picked up a note behind it. That is actually part of the Hidden Path quest line right here, which we've already finished. Or, you know, we've already got all the runestones. When you collect the runestones, they all have a message that points you to in the direction of the next runestone, the next shrine. And the lore kind of tells you that it was originally meant to be that place, to be the roofless Stonehenge, because they refer to the cold mountains where ancient people raised their stones, or something along those lines. And then you find, behind the wall, you find a corpse who has a note on it describing that that the shrine that they wanted to build there was ruined by inquisitors who had found them and tried to stop their efforts. And now that should serve as a permanent reminder that worshipping the witch gods is not something you want to do openly, because you will be persecuted for it. Yeah, it's kind of a scavenger hunt, and it's really cool. I really like the quest line, just for the simple reason that you kind of just stumble onto it. There's nothing that points towards it. It is behind. It is off the visible map, behind a hidden wall. And you have to open them in order, because each of them is blocked before you can actually go to the next one. You need the runestones from the previous one. And it's also known as, or at least I figured that it is known as one of the quests that you kind of have to do. Or that it's... Ooh, level up already. Nice. It is one of the quests that is almost most important in the game for any character to do, because it gives permanent bonuses to your character. It gives a... it gives a skill point and an attribute point. And that may not seem as much, but the only other way you can get those is by leveling. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. I really like it as a quest. I am talking about hidden walls and now totally forgetting that I am walking right past the hidden path that I should check out, because hidden chest. I just generally like that in this game, at least. I don't know how it is with similar games, or games of the same genre. But I really like the amount of places in this game where there is like a hidden wall, or like here, that there is a pathway that is not that's not into that, but you can see it on the map that there's something here, so you should be able to get there. And if you stand on top of this wall, you can also see that there's a chest here. I really like that, and I don't know if that is common, but I don't care, I just like it. Okay, level. What do we want? We just want better basic glory. That's one of them. Divine Mandate is just really good, and I kind of want to put something in Soldier. There's not something that gives me acid resistance. There is something that gives me more health and health regen. That seems like a good choice. Normal physique. Let's do that one. We can always do the other one later. Essence resistance, as all the resistances can come from either abilities. Usually classes have certain abilities, have certain types of damage that they give resistance to. So. Do I have enough? Probably be roughly fine. So, for example, as a soldier, I can get bleeding resistance from this one. Elemental resistance here. I think those are the resistances that I get. I don't know if Oathkeeper gives me anything. I mean, slow resistance, but that's not really a damage type. Oathkeeper himself doesn't give me immediate resistance, but gives me some other things that can give resistance. Such as Ascension, which gives me damage absorption, so it just absorbs damage, absorbs all damage. Did the weather just change? Could be. It does. There is actually a day and night cycle in this game. I never tested this for consistency, but that could very well be it. If you cannot get resistance from your classes, you will have to invest in items or in components that you add on to items to get it instead. Which is something that we actually may do soon. Because the 9% acid resistance especially is going to be very problematic in the short term. And the 0% Ether and Vitality resistance is going to be extremely problematic in the late game. Sun rains out, yeah, suddenly there's sometimes rain. Actually, the weather change is not instant in this game, which usually, you know, it's good. It usually adds a bit to the atmosphere. That it's not just suddenly like, and now it's night, and now there's sun out. It does, however, cause some problems when you go into a cave or into a building, and it just keeps raining for a little while before the weather changes to indoor weather, which I've noticed quite some times, and I find it funny every time I see it. Right, so here's where we need to be. The Tomb of Arkhan Barthola, whose hammer we are looking for. Now, I don't know anything about this Arkhan except he has a hammer that will allow me, or that could allow me to summon more maces and glories. Which would be great were it not for the fact that I probably need to come up with even more names. And we already have a character build, so I'm not gonna use it now, but I'm still gonna keep it. It's still important to me. So I'm taking quite a bit of damage from the Necromancer around here. Luckily it isn't too bad, like I'm still surviving it. But those bolts they shoot do a decent amount of damage. This tells me two things. One, my health regen is pretty good, but also it's probably my vitality that is just not high enough for this. My vitality resistance, I mean. That's something that's a bit confusing in this game, is they sometimes shorten things. They sometimes shorten vitality damage to just vitality. Such as in vitality resistance, it is not vitality damage resistance. But at the same time, one of the prefixes you can find of items, or I think it's a suffix actually, is of vitality. So you can have kind of a mace of vitality. And one of the problems with that is that when I play a character that is built around vitality damage, then I think like, oh cool, an item that I can use because it says of vitality, so it probably does something with vitality damage. But no, it gives health, because you know, having more vitality and being more health. Anyway. Ignore resistance, go full in regen. I have learned the hard way that resistance is pretty essential in these kind of games. Because at some point, enemies will just deal so much more damage than you can regen. I like the idea. I have encountered problems with it. I had one time, not one time, there's multiple times actually. There's one place in this game that we've been to a long time ago, the Arkovian Undercity. It's this place filled with skeletons. And skeletons are very often accompanied with skeleton archers. And that is kind of one of the first times that you encounter those skeleton archers. It's one of the first times you encounter enemies that actually deal, I think it's pure physical, pure pierce damage. So no physical. Or otherwise it's physical, but they have a lot of armor piercing. No, I think it's pure pierce. And before that, you encounter those kinds of enemies sometimes. You sometimes encounter enemies that deal fire damage or lightning damage or another damage type. But they're the exception, not the rule. So, like these guys around here, about half of them have crossbows and the other half swords. So the first few times I went in there, I took so much damage I took an incredible amount of damage, because before that I never really thought about resistances. I thought like, oh yeah, I've got armor, so it's fine. I should not forget. Here's the loose torch. Now we know. And now I need to concentrate. We've got a boss fight here. That will hopefully... Oh, I may have made a mistake. And that would be very weird. But I think it is the case. I think we can actually not get the hammer. Because we have allied with the wrong group to get the hammer. Because this guy drops an axe. That is really weird. That is incredibly weird. Because that means that to get the right item drops, you need to join the team that you do not want the items from. Okay, so that is extremely disappointing. I apologize for that. I have not thought about that. That's really weird. Right, anyway. Gonna fight some more dead guys here. The Lost Tomb of the Damned. Mostly because there's a shrine here. Not mostly, just entirely because there's a shrine here. Can't you join both? No, they hate each other. For some reason. I don't know if you can join them in... Like maybe if you join one of the higher difficulties you can join the other. I don't think so. You have to join one of them, and if you join one, the other immediately hates you and becomes the enemy. But I know that I cannot join the other ones now, right here. So yeah. I'm afraid that's not gonna happen. I'm afraid we have some other ways to make up for that. I've been looking for months for this one item, and I found one like a few days ago, and now I find one again. That always happens. That's always so annoying that you're looking for something and it's not there, and then better. It is better. Okay. Ooh, but that chaos resistance goes down by a lot. Which one is Divine Mandate? Oh, that's that one, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm just going to take you. There we go. Anyway. We don't have to tell them, yeah, if only this was a tabletop RPG. Then you could actually do such things, but no. I am afraid that we do not have a choice to join both or make peace between two. So, see you around and safe journey. Mercy and Glory Proud. I'm trying! So we will have to... Oh. We'll have to fight an enemy here. Okay. We will have to find some other ways to make sure that Macy and Glory get the upgrades they absolutely deserve. Another boss fight right here. You are being suicidal. It is extremely nice that we found another boss fight right there, because we are looking for... Damn. Oh, those were good drops. We are looking for a dead boss fight. Because by killing the undead, we get bonus reputation with the rovers. And we want to make the rovers as happy as possible, because they can help us uncorrupt a shrine. Now, one thing that I found very strange about the rovers is that they are they are a faction. They're a very peaceful faction. They are the people who refuse to fight, and that's kind of their theme. And their deal is that they try to survive in this world that has become incredibly hostile to them, without fighting other people. And other people, especially the less pleasant factions, have a tendency to abuse them for that. Which is just very unfortunate. I'm going the wrong way. I thought I already was outside. I'm not. But one thing that I find kind of strange is that this is one of the things that you figure out when you get to that point with the rovers, that you get their quest line. Is that they are said to be the people of the wolf god Mogdrogen, or the great wolf Mogdrogen, who is a god of the hunt, and who is always represented as a wolf. And I just find it quite curious that apparently, so either they are peaceful people following a violent god, which would be strange, or Mogdrogen is like for the hunt, but not for killing people. And I think that is not so much a thing that I found especially strange, but to have them be so much against killing people that they also don't do it in self-protection, which is the problem that they keep encountering. Which doesn't really feel like traits for a wolf, especially not for a wolf god. Anyway, unnamed footman, great. Don't go in there, the ethereals have torn open a rift, more pouring through. Will they be alright? Once things calm down, I'm sure someone will come for me. Don't worry, the Legion takes care of its own. Alright. So now, enemies around here. Apparently enemies have invaded Fort Icon. Oh no, nope, the other faction. It's kind of unfortunate that we faced those two bosses right now. Because very soon we're going to encounter a faction that's going to give us bonuses for facing those opponents. But oh well. Oh, great, one of you. There are certain enemies that are sometimes temporarily immune to damage. It is incredibly frustrating. There's a shop nearby, might as well just try to pick up everything. I said everything. Thank you. And there's Inquisitor Creed.
Good, you've arrived. Things here are in worse shape than I thought.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Don't worry, this also annoys me.
Good, you've arrived. Things here are in worse shape than I thought.
What happened?
Betrayal, sabotage, call it what you will. We've been attacked from within. The Ethereals, it seems, have gotten a hold of the commander.
He's been possessed?
Precisely. Based on the reports, Commander Lucius has been sending our men out on futile missions, thinning out the force's defenses. Then, once the watch was sufficiently weak, he opened the gates allowing the Ethereals to pour in. He was not counting on human ingenuity, however. Weapons Master Edric collapsed the front gates with some explosives, cutting off the enemy's forces. When we arrived with reinforcements from the south, the coward Lucius fled into the armory. Until those gates are cleared, we are stuck here. I need you to enter the armory and recover what's left of the heavy explosives. Use them to clear the rubble. But beware of Lucius. He has shed his human disguise in favor of a monstrous form, which I cannot even begin to describe. You will likely have to deal with him to get to the explosives.
It will be done. And music's back. There we go. Yeah, music is back. Weapon Master Edric. As you can probably guess, the thought's seen better days. It's going to take every able-bodied man and woman to bring Fort Icon back to its former glory. Catch a lend a hand? Sure, what do you need? Need someone capable to enter the armory and recover what's left of our scrap and building materials. The supplies were originally designated for Homestead, but with the recent attacks we cannot afford to spare any resources. After Lucius opened the gates and Ethereal started pouring through, I had no choice but to collapse our own gates with explosives. Repairs will take weeks, but we can't get started without the supplies. Fortunately, possessed commander has fled into the armory, perhaps to finish sabotaging what's left of our arsenal. I hear you are experienced with dealing with the Ethereals, so I was hoping you could look into this matter. I will recover the supplies. So, we have a choice there. I always accidentally click on that one. We have a choice right there. When we recover the materials, we can either bring them to Homestead,
I'll keep an eye out.
or we can bring them back here. So we're either going to help
See what's left of my wares.
the Black Legion or Homestead. I'm not a very big fan of Black Legion. They're alright, but for reasons that we will get into soon, they're not at all my favorite. I'm still going to give the supplies to them. Simply because... Oh, that was a dummy, not an enemy. I'm going to give supplies to them simply because it is far, far, far easier to get more reputation with Homestead than it is to get more reputation with the Black Legion. And to be honest, reputation with the Black Legion is going to be a problem that we have to face. Because we're going to help someone who the Black Legion doesn't really like, and every quest we're going to do for that person is going to decrease our reputation with the Black Legion. And while most while most factions, or actually I think all factions, as far as I know at least, while all factions have have certain people that they are certain enemies, certain enemy types that they will give more reputation if you kill those enemies. The ones of the Black Legion, which actually are two, are not great. Because, for example, for the Rovers, we want to kill Arkovian Undead, because that gives us reputation. For the Crossing, we want to kill Cronley's gang, which is always a problem, because those don't really appear late game. Homestead is easy, killing beasts. Beasts are absolutely everywhere. For the Black Legion, we need to kill the Ethereal Vanguard, which only is going to appear in one of the DLCs, or kill the Outcast, which is the faction that we want to join instead. So that's not great. Oh well. So we're going to have to do some quests for the Black Legion, just to stay, just for them to stay friendly with us. Which is not ideal, but it is what it is. I missed a chest there, apparently. I do not really want to go back for it. It's not a big chest, so it's probably also not going to be a big deal. Oh, dynamite. Oh, and the supplies. Right here. Legion supplies. We also want to keep Homestead happy. We're going to make them a little bit unhappy by not giving them the resources, but by giving them to the Black Legion. But quite shortly after that, we're going to go to the East March, where there's a lot of enemies that are beasts. And we can just go and kill some of them, and they will be okay with us again. There's also a Break Bolt. There are a lot of chests here. There are way more than I keep thinking there are, so keep it. Anyway. Before we go to East March, though, I really want to do something about the very low poison resistance we have. Which I think we can do something about. I don't have a great item. I mean, I've got a pretty great component on my armor set, but it's not a component that gives me any. Ooh, I actually should check. I now suddenly realize it's not a component that gives me any resistances, so it's not ideal, but still good. We now have a component on my armor set that gives me bonuses to physique, cunning, and spirit, to all three. +8 bonus to all three, which is great. Especially early game, it is absolutely amazing. It is one of the best things. It does get a bit weaker now at late game, but we're still a character who is conflicted because we don't want to use too much spirit. But on the other hand, we need it for our main item. That fight went surprisingly well for having 0 either resistance. And we got some heavy explosive out of it. Lovely. Oh, we do have a component on our item. Okay. On our weapon. We're also getting closer and closer to level 50. And level 50 is exciting because from level 50 onwards, legendary items can drop. And legendary items are absolutely amazing. And usually also really cool. So that was the barricade. Problem solved. And now we can go back to speak to Inquisitor Creed. So we all know what that means.
Good work down there. We need to secure a forward position at the Necropolis immediately.
Where do you need me?
We cannot simply march our forces straight into the Necropolis. The cult's minions will descend upon us in force, and we will be crushed before we can even get near the Tomb of the Watchers. Instead, we will put your unique skills to use. Make your way into the Necropolis past the Plains of Strife, and secure the nearest rift gate. Once you've done so, Algrim will come through with a contingent of our men. With the element of surprise on our side, we will strike at the enemy from within.
I will head to the Necropolis, not really at once, but I will go there, sure. I will go there one day. Probably not today. Recover the supplies. Yes, they're there. Ah, excellent. I was afraid they had been destroyed after the recent explosions down in the armory. Thank you for recovering the supplies. Here, take some of this scrap. I'm sure you could use it too. Yay, thank you, Nick. Good use of supplies. First of all, level, which is great. And I still don't know what to choose. Probably Righteous Fervor. Probably more physique, and then oh, I don't know. Which one of these was defensive? None of them are really. Okay, now I am curious. Okay, so you will then go to let's just put one into retribution. That seems good. Also, I just now realize we've got 2 devotion points, which means we can start on Oleron. 30 physique, 30 cunning, and 100 health. Splendid. That's good.
Safe storage.
Now,
no questions.
how much do we need for you? It's 475, so that is quite a lot. Oh, that is a whole lot. We're going to encounter some problems here. Why don't I have any? Really? So, for the gloves, I always find that there's kind of you have some choices in what components you can use. You can do a bit more vitality damage, more elemental damage over time, some standard armor ones, but I always find this one, Consecrated Wrappings, to be the best one because it gives a plus 8% bonus to attack speed, which is huge. So I'm just going to take that one. Because more attack speed is really good. Right, so now I need to just go and sell my items.
Got something you need stashed? I'll keep an eye on this.
Prepare yourself.
I'll give you a good price and we'll go raft.
Never noticed this one. Reckless power, death sentence. Box. More reckless power. Okay. That's curious. I'm sure you can make a cool build with that one. Build.
Iron well spent.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. I need to move some items around here. Because we've got more inventory space. And then, I keep realizing things that I still need to do. Come on.
I'll keep your stash safe.
We need one ancient heart. We need one blood of thorn. And we need one tainted brain.
I'll keep an eye out.
Because now we're going to meet the most awesome person in this game so far. But first, Captain Reed. And that's from Legion. Perhaps there's something that you could help me with, something that can't involve the troops. What is it? With the recent ethereal attack, I cannot allow this deception to carry on any longer. Anastasia, the witch who was allowed to enter our fold, must be put down. The Inquisitor insists that she not be harmed, but the trust in her is misplaced. Commander Lucius was an honorable man and a dedicated soldier, up until he was possessed by the Ethereals. I refuse to believe that Anastasia's witchcraft was not involved in his corruption. As we are all under strict orders not to harm her, I need someone outside the Legion, such as yourself, to handle this for me. We enter the fort prison and deal with a wretched witch. I will deal with a witch. So, wait, oh, that's just X. Here's the wish in question.
My, what a curiosity you are.
What is this? A human and yet not. There is an aura about you, stranger, but I cannot sense a spirit. Tell me what fate has befallen you. I was possessed by an ethereal, but it left me at a hangman's noose. What a marvel you are. They say that to become one with an ethereal, you must lose all that defines you, but it seems there's more to mystery than rumor lets on. The ether holds many secrets, but few are held from me. There are those who fear such power, but that is why you're here, no? Captain Reef wants you dead. I would act surprised. That man's made it no secret that he despises me. He's branded me a witch and called for my execution from the outset. Why does he hate you so? I've great talent for manipulating the ether, and I've dabbled in divination, which I suppose is where the superstitious soldier draw their ire. Everybody claims they want to know the future until they actually hear it. It is difficult to separate the bad from the good when so much pain awaits a mortal in their lifetime. And why should I trust you? I assure you I came to the Legion with a full intent of helping them battle against the ethereal invasion. My information has already saved many lives, but Captain Reeves and the others refuse to see it. Will you join them in condemning me for what I do as well? Very well. I will defy Reeve. Wonderful! Now that we've put the unpleasantries behind us, I was hoping you could hear me out. Nobody in the Legion will help me. Perhaps you will be more understanding. What is wrong? With all the commotion during the ethereal attack, I'm afraid that most of my personal stores were damaged or even destroyed. If I'm to continue my work here, I must have another ancient heart, blood of Chthon, and tainted brain matter. They are simply pivotal to my research, but acquiring them on my own is simply out of the question for this old crone. Will you be so kind as to get these materials for me? I have the objects you require. Wonderful! These should last me for some time. Say, have you ever heard the tale of the great beast Baranath? No, but I'd like to hear it. It is a legend as old as time. It seems, with countless retellings of different heroes and sometimes even different creatures. In each of them, a great hero tracks down a monster that has been tormenting local villages. The hunt takes the hero 10 long years through forgotten lands and far-off shores, but it always ends atop a mountain where Baranath is impaled on a spear of bone. The beast plummets from the peak, and from its spilled blood were born fiends and monsters we dread to this day. The details are muddled in folklore, but one fact remains constant. Baranath once lived. To have a piece of such ancient lineage could prove useful to my spellwork, and I believe I know where one such spawn of Baranath dwells. The people of Burwich call it Kaliskad the Bone Hunter. It hunts within the area called Eastmarsh, but makes a dwelling up in the crags. Track down this creature for me and slay it, then harvest one of its fangs and bring it to me. This was something that we've done before. A couple of sessions ago when we went to Eastmarsh. It's all the way at the end. And I got a fang then, and I have it now, and I can give it. I already have such a fang. The creature you felt must have been quite formidable to be armed with such a fang. I thank you for this. Come back and speak with me again sometime. And we're going to do that right now. My only friend in this accursed fort has returned. Perhaps you will aid an old crone in her search for answers. What do you need? It is believed that the Arkovians had access to powerful divination magic, but the technique became lost when their civilization succumbed to the necromancer's curse. I believe that we could recover this practice with the right information. A tome known as the Archive of Fates Untold is in possession of an Arkovian named the Shade of Elnadrin. You must enter the Steps of Torment in the Broken Hills, cross the ancient gates and banish Elnadrin. Acquire its tome and bring it back to me. I will acquire it too. This is excellent. We want to go there anyway. Although that did take quite a hit on the Black Legion. Doesn't like us too much anymore. But that's okay. I don't really care too much about them either. But to still make sure that I'm still going to be good allies with them and such. I'm going to see if I can accept a bounty. Let's see. Mountain Deeps. Don't really want to go back there. Mogara is too far away. Is there Libertarian Hives? No. Even more in the Mountain Deeps? Come on. And Kilrian in the Undercity of Old Arkovian. Okay, we can do that one. We can do that one, especially because we want to kill more undead for the rovers. Though I think that going to the Steps of Torment may actually be enough. But before we do that, two other things. First of all, back to Sorrow's Bastion to Kaiman. because we got sacred ashes. Have you dealt with the Order's followers and recovered the sacred ashes? Yes, I have them here. Empyrean's will was done this day, and you have done well, my chosen. With the ashes in our possession, you have brought forth a harbinger of Empyrean's will. Together we shall bring righteous fire down upon the impure and the corrupt. Thanks to your efforts, we now have a formidable ally. A manifestation of Arkhan Bartholomew himself. So this is the guy who wields the hammer that we want to have, and we cannot kill him. What is next for the Chosen? Before I entrust you with a mission of utmost importance, your metal must first be tested through a veritable trial by fire. Are you prepared for what is to come? What is Empyrean's will? There are many layers to the Forsaken Void filled with ashes and misery, but one such place houses a fiend known as Bane Gargoth. From within its obsidian throne, this void spawn sends forth his armies to spread havoc and cause suffering upon harm. This will not stand. Prove your worth to me, Chosen. Enter the void through a rift at the plains of strife to the north of Fort Icon. Brave the Forsaken Waste and enter the obsidian throne. Destroy Bane Gargoth and return to me. I shall slay Bane Gargoth. What's that one? Oh, alright, lunch. Alright, fine.
What's left of my wares.
So we're going to do that later, sometime. For now, quickly going to Devil's Crossing because I want to talk with the smith.
Got something you need stashed?
And I don't know why I then walked to that. There we go.
Got any more scrap metal?
Because I'm looking for things that give me acid and poison resistance. Oh, you're excellent. You're also the only one, it seems. Okay. I mean, you're good 20%. Yeah, sure. Ooh, we can actually make two and then do both pauldrons and black plates. Which I think I'm gonna do, but first I also want to see if there's anything else that I'm missing that also gives more spirit. You get plus 18. Use an amulet. Already broiling blood, but that's okay. So that might be something to remember. I don't think we need that right now. But it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth looking at. Remembering. For now. Ooh, actually. Now that I think about it. Black plates can have ancient armor plate, which is an excellent thing. There we go. Increase my armor by 40. And then you can go there, and there we go. Poison and acid resistance up there. I totally forgot about vitality and other resistance though. So I'm quickly going to check that one out. Vitality and chaos. And it's very expensive, and ether. Not you. Ethernium as well. How are you? And you're used in amulets and metals. Wraithstone is quite expensive, but not really that expensive to be honest. And we're gonna have enough healing crystals. you know what? I'm just gonna take one. There we go. Just to get that up by a bit. It's not nearly good enough, but have to do with what we got. I always accidentally go to this rift. I do not want to go. I want to go there. So now we're going back to East March. East March is one of the locations that, if I remember correctly, has a pretty high maximum level. So it's probably still going to be at our level, everything here. Which also means that there's a nice boss right there. That is a beast, an actual literal beast, who we can kill for reputation with Homestead. Which we want, because that's gonna help us. And there's also a totem there, a Forsaken totem, which is always good, because more experience and good item drops. And who knows, maybe we will encounter some more heroes on our way. But to be honest, I'm mostly here in East March because somewhere here is the Temple of the Three. That is our main priority. Anything else is nice to get. Temple of the Three is most important. And after we've done that, I'm going to try, this is probably gonna be pretty tight on time, but I'm gonna try it anyway, to go into the Steppes of Torment, and to actually go into our first Forsaken domain, or Forbidden domain. Oh no, there's a healer. Oh, I forgot to kill the healers. Great, so everything we just did was for nothing. Oh, no, he was dead. I don't know how that happened. That was so weird. But anyway, we got experience for it, so I'm right with it. Right. You sign on famine. Who is pretty tough. But nothing to worry about. Cloth of Unspeakable Invocation. Not useful. Love the name. Gauntlets are pretty okay. Plus 4% spirit. I might actually want to go and use these gauntlets. That is really good. I will put them there for safekeeping. And I don't think you are that much worse than this one. In other terms, I mean. Especially not in attack speed. The reason why the attack speed just now was, well, the damage output just now was much lower. I think what had more to do with the fact that the concentrated, I hate this gate. For some reason, I cannot attack it. Come on, there we go. It was, I think, mostly because of consecrated wrappings. Or because of the 3 piercing damage, because flat damage in this game is the best thing ever. Apart from attack. It is the second best thing ever. And to be honest, I don't really know why, but it is something that I have noticed. How are we doing with Homestead? Not great. Would have loved to have it be a bit higher. I just would prefer not to have to grind. But unfortunately we'll probably have to do some of that. Just accept some bounties, go and do them. And hope that it will all be fine. However, a marked stone. Which will lead us to the Temple of the Tree. I should put down a rift gate. Before I just randomly die, as I sometimes tend to. Or a high chaos resistance is going to be nice here, The path to here is unfortunately not too exciting. Maybe just pretty common enemies. It is, however, a combination of the enemies that you also encounter on the other part of the hidden path, but now all combined. Right, treacherous domain. What do we have? With crippling. So monster attacks slow opponents, but attack speed is slower. Okay. And vengeful. Have enhanced retaliation effects, but reduce armor. Okay. Oh, but that's piercing retaliation. Oh, excellent. We've got 80% piercing resistance, so I think we will be fine on that one. I honestly don't even know what that one is. But I'm gonna take it. I'm not going to say no to 80% resistance. I am still very surprised how well I am surviving here. The note that I just picked up and read, opened and told the game I did read it. That one kind of tells a story about this place. How it's falling apart, because the world is kind of gone to hell, and the witch gods give demands that the people cannot that the people cannot act on. And for that, the witch gods make the people rip their eyes out, because it is that kind of game. This is also where you encounter most the imagery of the witch gods. I'm quite sure this is Dreeg. Dreeg the Guardian. Because eye symbolism and kind of their entire deal is eyes. I don't really know what exactly they are about. I mostly know that they're about acid and poison. And a bit of chaos, because all the witch gods are about chaos. Or like, I vaguely know what witch gods are about, but I don't know it exactly without reading up on it. And I don't really want to say things that aren't true, because I just don't. Now I have to wait so that we don't burn away by stepping into this. Oh, great. Block pathway exactly to the place where I want to go. That's fine. I want to explore this entire place anyway. And so far it's going pretty well. I am not going the right way. There's a note that I keep forgetting. And this one right here is whoa! Those are Elch life drinkers, that's fine. This one right here is Soliel. I don't know how to recognize that one. I know that it's the youngest. Probably by the fact that he is holding a sword. Or they're holding a sword, I don't know. That's Soliel's Witchblade, which is also a constellation. And it's pretty great. I mostly recognize it because it is not Dreeg or Bismiel, which is apparently how it is pronounced. Whoa. So that can suddenly happen here sometimes. This is Bismiel, by the way. It can just happen here that you're suddenly taking so much damage and then you're almost dead without real good reason. This is Bismiel. I really like this imagery. I think it's really cool. Bismiel is the kind of has an affinity with spiders, and there's often talk about Bismiel's web, which is a web of knowledge. one of the texts here is written from the perspective of a follower of Bismiel, who basically tells that he fears for his life because Bismiel wants more information, and Bismiel wants knowledge and wants to know what is going on in the world. But no one really knows. So here are suddenly some enemies from the DLC that I so far have only encountered right here. But that's okay. You gave a lot of bonus to the things that I have. I have Reckoning, huh? Okay, cool. You may actually be better. No, you're not. Why you're not? What? Oh, X% physical damage. All right, fine. Yeah, all right. I have to say, I always find that a bit disappointing when you find a new item and it seems to be really cool and useful, and then it just isn't good enough, and I cannot really figure out always why not. But sometimes that just happens. Why am I looking at this one? Its decreased damage is not good enough. Thought for a moment that our inventory was getting full, but we've got way more inventory space now. Oh, doing well, huh? That's always nice. I'm afraid that I'm slowly running out of floor to kill you. Because, as probably kind of obvious, I know the early game of this game far, far better than the late game. I've only done this a couple of times. Now I've done the early game a lot of times. I should also not forget that we've got a demotion point. Now we're getting to the real ones. There we go. 80% more physical, internal trauma, and bleeding damage. That is amazing. I think that just increased our damage output by something like 900. Something along those lines. Just want to check. Now I'm not going to use this one because I need the spirit. You look really cool. Would this... It would increase our damage by very little, so it's absolutely not worth it. Wasn't worth it before, because once again, we need spirit. But now we are sure. This guy's taking a lot of damage. But we are not, so everything is alright. And apparently counted as a... What? Counted as a beast? Okay, sure. Whatever you want, Homestead. I'm alright with it. I like my reputation. Oh. Here. One of the greatest items in this game. Probably not one of my favorite ones. Not used first then. The Attendant! You carry the markings of the Three Seeker. Long has it been since one of you has traveled these halls. Greetings, I'm the Attendant to the gods. I've come to learn of the witch gods. You're wise to seek them out. Only through the three can we peer into the Eldritch realm and learn its secrets. It is a place of incredible power, rivaling even the ether the Arkhan is so cherished. But we cannot simply go there. Through immense sacrifice, the witch gods pierced the veil between worlds and ascended to the Eldritch realm. Through their teachings, we can harness a mere fragment of its power, summon eldritch beings to surface and rise above the falsehoods imposed upon us by the fallen empire. How do I learn from the three? That is an honor few can rightfully claim, but your dedication to seeking them out will not go unnoticed. I have witnessed the powers of the Eldritch realm, and many of its secrets have been revealed to me. Through the three, I can bestow upon you gifts from the Eldritch realm, insights to the larger truths. I am ready to receive this gift. Witness the power of the Eldritch realm and weep at its glory. This will prove useful. And I'm immediately going to use it to buff up Forces of Empyrean, which is the kind of one of the opposites of the Witch Gods. So, yay, irony. Then, that was that. So that was the Lost Temple, and that was the entire Hidden Path questline. Now, we've got about half an hour left, a bit more. I'm going to try, and this might fail, but we'll see. I am going to try to go through the Steps of Torment. Let's be honest, kind of rush through these Steps of Torment.
See you around.
And go past the gate,
Got something you need stashed?
for which we need a skeleton key. Not much less damage, certainly more armor. Also no difference in resistances, a bit more cold resistance even. And more spirit. Excellent. I'm stalling, I know.
I'll keep an eye on this.
And I really shouldn't.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Because this is going to be tight. Twin Falls. No, wrong one. Damn it, I always go to the wrong place here. I don't know why. Broken Hills. And then run. Enemies here are... Oh, they're actually about my level. Huh. I thought they would be way lower, but apparently not. That's okay. We will run past them nonetheless. Never went down there, huh? Not like there's something interesting down there, but still weird to have a place on the map that I've apparently missed. Now we just want to go to and through the Steps of Torment as quickly as possible because they don't really interest us. What interests us far more is what comes just behind it. So I'm not going to explore every room here because I've already done that before. instead I'm just gonna face what we encounter. I'm still going to kill the enemies here, because otherwise I'm going to die. Since they are of my level.
Not ready.
Or even a bit higher. And that should probably not be ignored. That's what will get me killed in here. And every hero we encounter here is a gift. Because we want far more reputation with the rovers. Oh, apparently I was close to leveling up. Okay, that's not ideal, but fine. I should really have gone to the ropes to see if they've got a quest for this later thing, yet I didn't. Because I am a fool. But alright, that's fine. That's fine. We can always do that later. That is no problem. Look at that. Another undead hero. Now hopefully, nope. Quickest way is blocked off. Great. I'm concentrating way too hard on going through this as quickly as possible, which is why I am not talking. Oh no, oh no. That was my low ether resistance coming in. That is not good. That is awful. Okay, here we go. Let's fight. Not even fully recovered from the last one, but that's fine. This one deals mostly fire damage, and our fire resistance is now 83, I think. 82. Still high enough. Right, so now I'm one more time going back to Devil's Crossing to drop off my loot. And I do that because
I'll keep your stash safe.
we cannot open rift gates in Forbidden Domains.
Give you a good price of what I've got left.
Which means we cannot go back here. Which means we want to have as little stuff on us as we can. What do you want to have right now? Some soldier skills, counter strikes is good. Field command and squad tactics because it's nice. Right, so now the gates of anguish have been opened. here we are, Forbidden Domain. Connection with to rift gates feels absence in this place. That's the game's way of telling us, hey, cannot open rift gates here. The fact that we cannot open rift gates and the fact that the doors close behind us means that if we die here, it's over. We cannot come back. We can come back in another session if we get another key. But that is expensive and a lot of effort, and you have to start all over again. So probably we don't want to die here. That would be the ideal situation. And we are in here for two reasons. Whoa! Why? Okay. My ability wasn't activating. That was what's happening there. Not great. Mark of impurity. Actually. Oh, level 15. Fine. We'll keep it in store because it might be pretty good actually. Now that I take a better look at it. The fact that we cannot open rift gates also means that we cannot go back to sell our items. We're going to run out of inventory space. I can tell that already. It always happens in these places. Which is why I am only going to pick up any rare items. No magic ones at all. And if necessary, I will drop rare items. I will drop rare items. Two boss fights in one room, or two heroes in one room. That's excellent. That's absolutely wonderful. That's what we want to see. Right. None of the items here seem to be really special in any way, but they will fetch a nice price. And that will also be useful in the future. Oh. Look at that secret room with... Oh yeah! Totally normal buckler. Which is absolutely not a mace or anything. It truly is just a buckler. Oh, let's wait until the poison runs out. Thank you. So, a bit of lore of this place. It's not much that I know, but it's a little bit. The Steps of Torment are, as the name does certainly imply, not a nice place. Not the nicest place. Don't go there on your holiday. Not good. The Steps of Torment is part of Old Arkovia, which is why there are all these undead around here, because they are all cursed. Go, another boss. And kind of old Arkovia's deal, or at least one that is very much explored in this game, is their hate for necromancers and their the outlaw of any necromantic practices in their empire, which eventually led to them being cursed to all become undead after death. Which is why this entire place is filled with spirits and skeletons and combination of the two. Such as this Ilgr fellow, who, oh, look at that, he's back. And deals poison damage, which is not good. Luckily, not too much of a problem. I'm probably going to throw away some shields at some point. Because I'm not gonna use them anyway. Otherwise the temptation might become too great. And the Steps of Torment. The Steps of Torment were a prison when Arkovia was a functioning society. The Steps of Torment were a prison for the necromancers. Maybe, I'm not quite sure, maybe kind of a prison for the greatest criminals or something along those lines, but certainly mostly necromancers. And there's our goal. We're dealing a lot of damage to us for some reason. Which is also why there are so many prison cells in here, because, you know, it is a prison. And the boss fight at the end of the prison is the executioner of this place. Who apparently I'm not sure about this, I don't have any proof on this, but kind of going off the fact of how well protected and guarded this place was, and how hard it was for us to enter it, I assume that people are not the biggest fan of him. Ooh, Boots of Primordial Rage. Volcanic Stride, the big one, and Drain Essence. Okay. Either in event. So not useful to us. Still legendary item, which is good. Look at that. My inventory is already getting full. That's how quickly this goes. And nope, other way. Great. So there's one more floor of this one. The floor that is actually called Agate. There we go. There's a gold. We've received state of honored with the rovers, and we got another Empire Codex of Reckoning. Splendid. How beautiful. So, kind of, we got what we came for. I'm still going to finish the dungeon. I might cut it short a little bit. So not explore every single room, but just most rooms. Because yeah, we got all we came for. We got the book. That on theory I was looking for. And we got... we killed enough Arkovian undead to make the rovers happy. So that's great. So the only reason that is now still here to... Whoa. Kind of the only reason that I'm now staying here and still looking around and fighting everything I encounter and not really rushing it too much. It's mostly because these forbidden domains and kind of already dangerous and treachery domains as well, but forbidden domains even more. The harder the domain, the greater the chance of loot. So we just have a far more likely chance to find better items in this location simply because it is a forbidden domain. Which is also probably why we just found, I mean it's of course always part luck, but why we found a very casual legendary drop before level 50. Which is not something that happens very often. I actually think that the only legendary drops I've had so far that were before level 50 were the only other level drops before level 50 were items that were just given that were always in the same place, such as the totally normal buckler that we picked up now. Oh no, wait, I am very lost. This is where I want to. Right. There are quite a couple of these forbidden domains around. I know that the base game has 3. And I know that the DLCs have... Ooh. 3 bosses, huh? Okay. Sure. I know that the DLCs have some more. I don't know how much exactly. But so far, I've only ever done 2. Because I don't know if it's true, but I always get the feeling that the moment you encounter these things first, and the moment that you can first go into them, is probably way too early. We encountered this place at what level? Around level 30? Maybe a bit higher, but definitely somewhere between level 30 and 35 that we first went into the Steppes of Torment. We're now level 58. And yes, the place levels with you, but you still become slightly better as a character, even if the place levels with you. We would probably not have made it this far if we just entered that time. Besides, then we would have to enter it twice, because then Anasteria would still ask for, hey, can you fetch this thing for me? Is it in the Steppes of Torment? Then we had to go here twice, and that would be unfortunate. We had enough other things to do. needs to open the door. Hit people. Oh, I might actually get to level 49 here. Huh. That's interesting. Oh no! I picked up the wrong item. No, let me drop it. There we go. Oh, I picked up again. I think this is a good display of the current power of Macy and Glory, that I can just look away and they kill enemies in this place. Just look at that. Gone. I have a feeling that they're far stronger than me at this moment. But that's okay. I am carrying the book. I have my own important task. Level 49. Excellent. I am mostly happy with that because it means that... wait, I thought that... Oh, that's 1/3. It means that next time, so probably next week, Friday, we will get to level 50 and we can get the Empower Codex of Reckoning. Which is going to be not a massive power spike, but certainly great. I'm not gonna say no to that. Besides the fact that we will also get some nice other things, because rovers are not happy with us, or very happy with us. We're right. Well, if he was interesting. However, still with money. Now, what do we want to level? Probably you, because basic attack, and then I'm using judgment a whole lot. Or go for some more damage retaliation. And NG regen, which I think we could use. You know what? Let's just do it. And Spirit is now high enough for the Empowered Codex of Reckoning. And that went a lot better than I expected. Which is good. Okay. My inventory is basically full right now. And we still get some reward chests after defeating the boss in this place. If we manage to defeat the boss in this place. So I'm going that way now. Towards the executioner. I am so tempted to, like, I want to press L to create a rift gate here, but I can't. Alkama's Lord Executioner. Oh, I'm staying in area effect. I should not be doing that. Right, survived. Excellent. Need to drop the greatsword. Fire's... Wait, Fire's Might is... Fire's Might and Nomadic Burst. So this is a... Nightblade... A Nightblade Oathkeeper weapon. Which is very interesting. Because... Nightblade uses two-handed items. Uses two one-handed weapons. And... the other one, like Oathkeeper uses shield. That's curious. Power tune and grip spawns to safeguard and Markovian advantage. High attack speed. Might be worth holding on to just in case. Lapis lupus. Probably not. Very unlikely. And now let's just try to take as much with us
My
as we can.
inventory is can't carry anymore.
There we go.
I can't carry anymore.
Collis escaped to the surface. And that was... That was the Steps of Torment. And the Executioner. Unfortunately did not drop his unique legendary, but that's okay.
Got something you need stashed?
Going to fight him many more times, I assume. Now, storing some items. Definitely, I think I still have the totally normal buckler. Definitely want to store these boots. We can compare these next level. Mediator, turns grips just to check. You might be worth looking into. Other items that I still want to keep. You're good, but I think I already have you. Cultist Arcanist. Quite sure I already have you with the character that I want you. I was carrying around magic items. How awful. Oh well. So let's sell our loot.
Give you a good price on what I've got left.
So we're now at 970,000. And we're already over 1 million. How excellent. Alright, so that was a nice amount of loot. That is wonderful.
Iron well spent.
Now I just want to do 2 more things. First of all, I want to go to Old Arkovia. Because now that I'm honored, I can do 2 things. First of all, I can go to you,
Anything you like.
buy a writ. Don't think any of these. No, I don't choose you. Elemental damage, vitality and chaos, acid and poison, health regen, but still. Okay.
Iron well spent.
That means that I now get more reputation when I do things that earn me rover reputation, which we're going to need if we want to get all the way to here, because that is far away, and we have the money for it. Hello, friend of the Ruari. I apologize for interrupting you in your important travels, but I must ask of something of you, something that requires the utmost care and trust. What is it? Far to the north, in the frozen Estakarn Mountains, there's a shrine dedicated to Mogdrogan, patron of beasts and guardian of the Rowari. For generations, our people have visited Mogdrogan's sacred altar in order to pay homage to the day that he bestowed his wisdom on Rowan and inspired our people to leave Arkovia. But the shrine has become tainted by the vile cult of Chthon. The followers of the dead god have desecrated our sacred grounds and destroyed the shrine of Mogdrogan. What can be done? The shrine lies in ruins, its ruined stone and spirit taken by the cult into the void. We cannot allow this symbol of our people to be lost to history. Please, Seek out void rifts open within the Blood Grove and the Plains of Strife. Recover the pieces of Makdrogan's shrine. Bring the parts back to the shrine and place them upon the altar, along with the beating heart of an ancient beast. His noble sacrifice will serve as a catalyst to fuse the broken pieces into one. Once you are finished, be prepared to dispatch whatever vile Chthonians have infected Makdrogan's lands. For this, the Rewari will be eternally at your service. I will restore the Shrine of Makdrogan. So that is our next quest. Is to go into 2 void gates, one of which is here in the Blood Grove, which we've encountered before. One of which is here in the Plains of Strife, which is also where we need to go to brave the void. To restore this shrine right there. And if we do that, we get a devotion point. And devotion points are really good. Anyway. One final thing. Have you the tome I require? Yes, here it is. Wonderful. This archive is a wondrous fount of knowledge that dates all the way back to the golden age of Arkovia. It will take me some time to study thoroughly. Speak to me later, perhaps once you've dealt with more of the Ethereals and Chthonians ravaging the world. Alright. And that is it for today. We made quite some progress. We didn't really get much further in like the main quest line and new regions.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Like
I'll hold on to that for you.
we went from the Rift Gate here to the Rift Gate here, which, you know, was this short travel, but we have done quite some things next to it. And now we're doing quite well. We're well on our way. We've met the Outcast, who is awesome. And the Outcast is absolutely amazing because I get reputation from killing Ethereals and Chthonians, which are the main enemies. And especially once I inevitably go into the Conflagration and into Port Filbury, which will probably take an entire stream because that place is huge. That's gonna earn me quite some reputation. But that is all something for next time. For now, that's it for today. We will unfortunately not be back Sunday with Pathfinder, but we are working on something, not this Sunday, but to at least have something next Sunday. Although it might or it will not be live. We're still figuring out exactly how, but we're fixing something. I may be back next week, Friday, with more Grim Dawn. I'm gonna try. I don't know for sure, but I will give it a try. For now, that was it. So goodbye. I hope to see you again.